Hello.
Hello. I have to just press the right button. I've done the wrong thing. A moment,
Oh, you were
sir. A moment, good sir.
Sure.
Lord,
I am
have
happy to
mercy on
be
my
a good
sweet
sir.
soul. What's going on? That button.
What's going on?
Yeah, you're supposed to be in my ears, but you're currently not. What's going on? I don't understand.
Oh,
this.
so you can't hear what I'm saying about you?
What's going on? Hang about. Oh, technology's letting me down. I'm gonna
We
call
know
you
how
back
to
in a minute.
We know how to
Bye,
podcast. Anyway, thanks. That was episode 200 and something or other. We've got it down pat now. See you next week. Thanks for tuning in. Is he going to call me back?
It's still not doing what I want it to do, which is being really weird. It's not going.
What
into
have you
my
changed
headphones.
after 200 and some however many episodes?
It's because my old headphones are broken, and I'm having to. I don't know why it's not going into the Jiminy Cricket. Oh, you big bugger! 1 second. I'm calling you back in a minute. Bye. Bye. Goodbye.
This is great
Goodbye.
fun.
Goodbye. Hang about.
This is a podcast in which two friends talk about the pleasures, absurdities, and imperfections of being human. I'm Simon Ellis.
And I'm Lee Miller. Welcome to Midlifing.
Actually, what you don't know, dear listeners, is that this happens every week, and Lee just cuts it out because he's, well, basically ashamed of his technological ineptitude, especially because he runs a Centre for Advanced Technologies, which I think that's what it's called, CAT. So he's just full of shame. So he has to edit it out every week. But I kind of enjoy it, and so maybe this week, maybe just this week, he'll leave it in. You never know, do you? So at the time of listening, I'm just going to keep rabbiting on because I'm hoping Lee will cut this out. By the time this
I
episode
think it would be easy after all these
falls,
years.
drops,
No.
there will have been an election in the United States. And
I'm
I
actually
have to admit, so this is we're recording on the Saturday before,
plug something.
the
Can you
5th
hear
of
that? That's
November.
me oh my lord!
and I have to admit to a
Isn't
certain
it
amount
interesting
of
why when you're struggling to do
trepidation,
something, you suddenly start to
a certain
believe
amount
in
of
God?
anxiety. Not
Good
too
Lord in
much,
heaven.
but it's
Oh,
on my
nonsense.
mind.
Right, hang about. Let's
It's
try
on
this
my
one
mind.
more.
Come on, Lee Miller.
headphones. Let's try that
Help
one
me
more
out here.
time.
What about now?
Well,
I think you
that
should
was a
clap,
right,
else, because I pretty much
right
recorded
mess
half
and
the
a
episode
half.
just then.
Yeah, me too, because I'm really looking forward to just running those two narratives next to one another. Right.
Of course, because I forget, of course, that you will be recording all the shenanigans that were going on there behind the scenes.
Yes, which included me walking into another room and then finding an adapter for an old pair of wired Sennheisers, which I am currently using.
Ah, that's good. Because Sennheiser is a brand I trust.
Sennheiser a brand I trust, but so is Sony. I don't know what happened then. This is so boring. Nobody needs to know that I was borrowing Bob's headphones, and they didn't want to connect. There you go.
Do you know that you probably might guess this, but I've been looking at. I've been doing a lot of Photoshop. Over the last week, I've spent a lot of my evenings in Photoshop, where 1 centimetre in Photoshop equals 50 centimetres in real life. And so I've been measuring diagrams, going, if we put that there, we'd have about that much space, and I'd like more bench space. And
listeners,
yeah.
just in case anybody has not taken the inferential walk, Simon has been photoshopping his future flat.
It's true. This is the smallest flat update. That's exactly what I've been doing. There's nothing to be said here except on the 6th of December, Lil will go back to Sardinia and sign.
And do the keys happen there and then?
Oh, I'm hoping so, but I don't know. I don't know. I read the documents and they're all in another language. And even if I translate them, they're in another language.
Yeah.
I mean, it is gobbledygook. It's incredible. You know, that legalistic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's designed to require people who are trained in reading it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. For sure. So then you're able to do all of those things.
Pay those people that money.
Pay the money so that they can pay for their houses, which they can probably deal with themselves.
But it is fair to say that the oven is going to be the second most expensive thing about this apartment. Oh, no, that's not, that's not true. Actually, the little bit of, wall knocking. Although if you'd like to come round with your sledgehammer, you could, we could do it together.
No, thanks. I don't want to do that. I could pretend
it would
that
be
I'm
fun,
even.
though.
No, it wouldn't. I will be really, really clear with you. It wouldn't. What? I am not the kind of person you want to have on a renovation or demolition project because I'm just like, no. You'd strongly
probably make it all damp inside. It'll just start raining inside.
I mean, that is
through like
true.
6 floors above us.
I am the child of a man who has flipped more houses than I care to remember. And I spent my entire childhood surrounded by brick dust.
Right. So it's slightly traumatic. They're not happy memories.
I mean, I wouldn't say that they're traumatic memories. It's just really fucking boring.
Yeah, well, I'm going to pay someone else to do it for sure.
And I'm
not even going to be in the same country when it's happening.
This is the way to do it. You basically walk in and go, can you move that there? I'll see you in 6 weeks. Come back, check up, and go, yeah, excellent. Can you do that a little bit more?
I have a sneaky suspicion that actually a friend of mine will be doing that in this. So I would.
You're not even going to project manage. I love that.
Absolutely not. I do enough project management at work, which brings me
to a topic.
Not really project management, but I want to ask your advice.
Oh, good Lord. I'm singularly ill-equipped for that, but go on.
Well, I've got no one else. You're my agony uncle.
Hit me with your best shot.
Hit me. Oh, I thought it was going to be rhythm sticks. Rhythm sticks. Rhythm stick or singular or plural?
I think it's singular.
Singular.
Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me. Hit me slow and hit me quick. Hit me.
I mean,
Dury and the Blockheads, in case anybody's wondering.
What a line.
It is good.
Yeah. So...
Is it a sex thing?
I don't think so.
Okay, just checking.
But I was going there as you was talking, thinking, that could be quite racy, that lyric. Yeah.
I mean...
Let's not dwell.
Well, now I already am, because the rhythm method is a form of contraception, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you bring a whole percussion section into the bedroom, and they just like... And that's so... it. You're made so anxious about the fact that you have an audience who are playing, you just stop. Nobody gets pregnant.
Surely you could automate that though, and just have some kind of recording of it. You wouldn't have to have a live DJ in your bedroom.
No, I think you actually need to have a drummer in the room, and that's what stops you getting pregnant.
Hit me slow and hit me quick. It would. I mean, it would.
Anyway, sorry. I have your
advice.
Agony Uncle.
Agony Uncle. So, when someone says to you, excuse me.
Your lungs are still not right, are they?
They still are not.
They're
a whole lot better, but...
they sound better, but still not 100.
No, they're certainly not. Every time I go on my bike, I think, if I inhaled sharply. So, when someone, let's say a friend says, I'd like to have a chat, and I'm telling you something in confidence.
Oh, yeah.
I like that sound.
Yeah.
So, actually, just to be clear, using those precise words, so not assumed, not.
Yeah. It's an explicit. This is a secret.
This is in confidence. Yes.
Yes.
And I fully. Well, okay, I don't, because that's why I'm asking. And so, the conversation involves a third party.
Always do.
Yeah. Who I think. And who this person, talking to me, needs to talk to. No question that, and they don't need me to be, they just need to talk to this person.
Yeah.
It's not my parade.
Yeah, got
It's not my issue. It's not. But they were talking to me in confidence.
Right. So you are a completely innocent bystander in this conversation.
Correct.
Something is being shared with you, and it's made you clear that the conversation is not one that you can intervene into. You actually need to go,
although I asked, I said, would you, I'd be happy to, would you like me to be involved? Is there anything I can do that you like to kind of mediate? I guess I didn't use that word, but that kind of sort of sense that maybe a third person might help just to ease the trickiness.
Got it.
Yeah, but no, that was not the case. But the thing is, the third party, who I know well, I think, because I know the two people pretty well, I have a slight concern that it could go badly just because of personalities. But if I were to ever so gently prime the third party, it might help soften that conversation. Effectively,
No.
Okay.
So here's the thing.
So betraying the confidence.
What will happen is this. It will be what it will be. The wheels will come off or the wheels won't come off. The let's call them the third party. The third party will have their response. Whether they will have a slightly dampened down version as a result of your intercession is speculative. What you know is you will burn all your bridges with everybody because the third party will be pissed off that you know something that they didn't know.
Wow, I don't think so. But yes.
Maybe not, maybe you're right, but the first person will certainly be like, for fuck's sake, I told you explicitly, this is in confidence.
But I would also tell the third person that I'm telling them in confidence that
That's never how it works. You know that's not how it works.
Oh, it was so easy, wasn't it? I know.
All you can do in a situation like that is be prepared to support everybody when the shit hits the fan. Be ready to be non-judgmental and supportive.
What was that first part?
Non-judgmental.
Can we just hang on that just for a little moment?
Given that I was just really judgmental, I went, no, it's so stupid.
No, that's not why I was saying that. I was just thinking about me and being non-judgmental.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think any of us are non-judgmental. I think what I mean is in the moment where you are supporting party one, what you don't ever have to say is, well, listen, if you just let me kind of smooth the wheels, none of this would have happened, because you don't know that.
No, I completely. Okay, so we don't need to talk about it anymore. I think and also I think the other, maybe the other thing I'm doing is I'm overestimating my capacity to intervene in a way that's really, really productive. I suspect I have the sneaky suspicion that yes, I could do that.
And I want to support your sense that you might be overestimating that capacity by gently saying to you just one simple word: clunk.
Thank you very much for that supportive word. I appreciate.
I want you to know that.
So anyone who doesn't know what he means.
See episodes 1, 8, 2, 12.
Yeah. So one of my nicknames is Clunk, and that's all you probably need to know. And it is the sound of someone's jaw dropping because of something I've said. That's it, right?
And I'm not saying but I'm not saying this to double down on the nickname. I am saying it to remind you that you already know in your truest heart when you say, I think I might be overestimating my ability to intercede here. You know that's true.
Yep.
And ultimately, although, this sounds like a hilarious way of me
being an arsehole.
The truth of the matter is, I simply want to protect you in this conversation because ultimately, there is no way that you come away from this smelling of anything other than dog shit.
Yeah, and sorry, Jeffrey, to bring you into the conversation. I know
Jeffrey
that
tried to eat a croissant off a 2-year-old this morning.
What did he say? What
he
did he
tried
do?
he tried to eat a croissant off a 2-year-old.
And did the 2-year-old stop him, or did you stop
Yeah,
him?
absolutely. No, the 2-year-old went, no. And he went, oh, okay, fine. Because this little kid came towards him and went, a version of, oh, what a lovely dog, in 2-year-old talk.
And Jeffrey just saw a big, massive croissant in front of his eyes.
And Jeff went, this small human being wants to give me gifts. I love this small human being. And this small human being just went, no, and pulled the croissant out of the way. And Jeff looked like, oh, this small human being is less interesting than I had originally thought.
Yeah. Sounds like the small human being had encountered dogs before.
It looked very much like it was a skilled dog handler.
Yeah.
Like, no, you don't get to eat the croissant. This is for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I interrupted.
No, that's fine. The other thing, I think I really appreciate that because you can hear me going, oh, I'm worried about this. I think I could help. It's a very useful thing to go do nothing. You've been supportive, do nothing. You've been supportive. And as you say, be ready to be supportive again.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think, yeah.
Agony Uncle, come on down.
I mean, I think I'm quite proud of my work today. That was a high watermark for me. Anybody who's ever been in the situation with me will know that that's not how I would play it out in real life.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing as you do. I'm definitely not doing as you do. Why don't you go over and just sing them a song from a musical? That'll work.
But yeah,
something tomorrow.
But only
tomorrow.
while you're weeing.
Yeah. I mean, it's so. The other thing that I wanted to mention, this is content.
I love this. Go on.
Yeah, is that a couple of weeks ago, but over a couple of weeks ago, we had a staff away day, which you know what that means.
I do. They're always less exciting than they sound. You never go to a spa.
And you never go away, even.
Exactly.
And so it's effectively just a long meeting.
Yeah, with usually some very, very inadequate catering that somebody thinks they've done a really good job of.
There's no money for catering. So we've
oh my God, this is the worst day ever.
No, so actually we do them pretty well, I have to say. They're fun, they're serious, they're a real mixture, and they're great. Also, I think partly because a lot of us work remotely. I'm not one of them. So it's actually a couple of days where we just get spend time in each other's company, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
But one of the things we did, and I wanted to share this with you because I thought you'd enjoy it, was we've done it before a few years ago, where you fill out a form which has everyone's name on it, and just which says "Dear" and the name of the person, the colleague, and you write something that you like about them.
Oh,
and you get an envelope. I've got this envelope here, which says "Dear Simon" with a love heart on it. And then inside the envelope is all of the cut-up pieces of paper from all my colleagues.
I am desperate to know what people like about you.
Well, this is the point of the conversation. So first of all, what is it that you think? Because there are definitely themes, which sort of surprises me, but it doesn't at all, of course. What do you think? Right. What do you think is? I'm just going to say number one. I haven't done some kind of qualitative analysis, and
well, I mean, already I'm going to say if it's not something about your capacity to organise, I would be really, really surprised.
That doesn't hardly get a mention.
Shut up!
I know, motherfuckers, my work colleagues.
Have they not noticed?
Maybe because it flies so deep under the radar, the profundity of that organisational capacity, that they just haven't noticed.
Okay, so then in that case, next up on the list would be that you are able to present us with a significant and diverse array of baked goods.
Okay, so bread gets a mention.
There we go.
So I had my fingers crossed behind my back when I was getting it, thinking, I hope everyone just doesn't mention bread. I hope I'm more than bread to them. It's just fucking cupboard love. But yes, in fact, one of my favourites.
Okay, one of your favourites.
One of my favourites. Hang on, I just got to... No mention of organisational capacities.
What a dick.
Okay. So this one says, Dear Simon, and then it's spelt out in capitals B full stop R full stop E point A point D point bread. So that's like it's an acronym for something.
Yeah.
And then thank you for exquisite baking skills. Has other things. But so bread, yep, definitely one of the themes.
Okay, so bread's up there. I'm going to say, seriously, that people will appreciate your lightness of touch.
So, this surprised me, was one of the big themes, I think probably the most common one, is that people called me funny.
There we go. Yeah.
Sense of humour.
I can see that for
funny.
Them. Sorry, yeah. No, I do. I think.
Wow, I'm just lining them up and you're knocking them down today, aren't you?
In a work context, my experience of you.
In a work context.
Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. What I mean is,
in some days, on a Monday morning between 9 and 10,
no,
I can imagine.
No, in a work context, there is a lightness and there is a playfulness and there is and I think if this doesn't come through, I will be surprised. There is a kindness to you that I think would be really appreciated.
Not a lot of mention of kindness.
Wow.
Well,
I think you're
no,
kind.
actually, no, that's not true.
Generosity.
Yes,
perhaps.
Generosity and kind. That's
go.
true. You're right.
There we go.
But it's funny. It's funny because the funny thing, I don't think of myself as funny. It never occurs to me. It would have occurred to me that one of the sort of top themes of these Dear Simons was being funny at work. And curious.
But you are.
But what do you think?
You're a giggle.
What do you think people would say about you?
Oh, this is really hard because I think what I would start to do here is start to project what I want people to say about me or what I think I am rather than what people would actually say.
Oh, okay. So we did this a few years ago, and I remember being a little bit. I found it hard. And the reason I found it hard was because I think people hadn't quite got the memo about taking it seriously. And so I got a lot of people effectively kind of taking the piss out of me.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was hard.
Yeah. I can imagine that would be. Yeah.
But so this time I was a little bit nervous. And but it didn't occur to me once to think about what it is that they might say.
So, because you're asking me what I think people might say, that immediately makes me start to think about what I would want people to say, what I would want them to project. But if I try to step away from that and go, right, what I get when people talk about my engagement at work is I get a lot of, your diary looks insane.
So busy.
So I think I would get busy or hardworking.
Right. Like diligent, kind of committed.
Yeah. I don't think people look at my diary. I've got a colleague who has oversight of my diary, and one of her things is she puts things in my diary and arranges meetings for me.
Oh, that would just if I ever get to the point where someone's doing that on my behalf, that would. I don't think I could make some clear rule. Anyway, go on.
As in, you would find that really difficult?
I'd find it very difficult. Yeah, I'd have to make some very clear ground rules about times every week where I'm not available for meetings.
I think I would say there's probably something about busy, and I think there is probably something about friendly. Yeah, friendly, warmth. Yeah. That I think those are the two things that would come up, and I know there's absolutely obviously there's a shadow side to that as well. If people were going to be harsh about the way that they would read that would be that I don't prioritize my time well. That would be a definite truth, and I also think that there would be a sense that I am trying to people please, and I need to. I also need to remember what my role is in the university, and sometimes I think I over-index making people happy when I should be
getting on with it.
Giving them. Well, actually, I was thinking giving them clearer instructions so that they can get on with it.
I see.
That's something I struggle
I
with.
like that I like that you produced both the positive and negative space in your in the things that people would say about you, and it makes me think I should go back and look at these and go, wonder what the negative space of these things are.
Well, but you know, when you give somebody a 360 review, it's one of those things, isn't it, that you kind of do.
Yeah, but this is not a 360 review. But
No,
yes.
I know, but I can't not step into that space when you ask me what would I think people would write down.
Yeah.
I'm always going to think what the negative that is hidden behind the positive would be.
Thanks for that.
Well,
You gave me advice. We talked about being funny or not.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely funny. You're worth more than just bread to me. I know we finished, but let's stop recording. I want to say something.
But also just to say, that was great. Thanks for talking.
Oh, no.
See ya.
Thank you. See you, bye.